those.
Let me ask you again. There has been a question also over the Prime Minister's residence. Various reports are coming out that there is a grand design which is being planned for that. The existing Prime Minister's residence at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg will be shifted to where the IGNCA is currently at the moment. Can you confirm that the PM residence is part of this grand Central Vista projects, and the kind of construction that is expected to take place suggests to some, or the opposition at least, that a Modi Mahal is being built?
Nahi.
Rajdeep, I have a very interesting anecdote to relate to you on this. I got up this morning, a major national daily had a front page item saying work on the PM's residence to start in August. Okay. Now, since I'm the line minister, and I don't know what your views are on what ministers do, but I'm a hands-on minister. So I called my joint secretary. I said, there is this front page report. It talks about work beginning. Is there anyone amongst us who has seen the design of the new PM resident? So she had a good laugh. She said, sir, it couldn't possibly be. She's a hands-on officer. So then I called my secretary, have you seen it? He said, the presentation has not even been made. So if your question is the Prime Minister, Vice President, see, this is the governance architecture. You have the head of state in Rashtrapati Bhavan. You will have the Uprashtrapati ji in a new place. You will have the head of government, whoever the elected head of a government at any given point of time there. But what is the grand design, whether it has 2 buildings, which is double story? I have not even seen the proposed design. Sir? When the proposed design comes, we will look at it, we will consider it. After the design is finalized, you will have to do the drawing. And then the drawings will translate into a tender. So yeah, instead of August work starting, as I said, we haven't even got the design.
No, but Mr. Puri, all these facts can be put out in they can be put out in the public domain under, when RTIs are put out, often the government doesn't respond to right to information. You are saying you are willing to have your the bureaucrats, former colleagues, diplomats join you, and you're willing to explain the Central Vista project. Why don't you also explain it to the opposition, particularly your predecessor in this ministry, Jairam Ramesh? He has raised several questions about the project. He says it was cleared without parliamentary oversight, without scrutiny, without transparency. Why don't you explain this to Rahul Gandhi, who has been attacking your government, to the opposition in general? Why don't you all call an all-party meeting on an issue of national importance, as you're calling it like this?
Absolutely. Why are you?
What?
You're missing the point, my friend. You're missing the point. Much before COVID reared its ugly head, I was organizing meetings with opposition party MPs. I can start naming them. The Honorable Speaker has had a meeting with MPs. The Honorable Presiding Officer of the Upper House had a meeting. But if Jairam wants any education, I've been working with Jairam for a long time. And I'm going to start reminding him. After he attacked me on the parliament, I reminded him about his 2012 article in the Hindu. The answer to your question is a categorical yes. I'm happy to have the presentation to Mr. Rahul Gandhi, to anyone, but I hope they will show me the courtesy of a little bit of receptivity to what the real facts are.
So
open invitation to all of them.
So it's very clear. It's very clear in this program. You're giving an open invitation to y'all. You are maintaining that even though you believe that this grand reconstruction project is essential even in a pandemic, and that those who question its optics and priorities are wrong. I'm going to ask you one last time. You really believe that this is an essential project, and those who question this Central Vista are badly off the mark or politically aligned? Am I correct?
They're not badly off the mark. I suspect some of them are very intelligent people. I know them personally, and in their heart of hearts it knows. But you see, when the second wave was at its peak, it was open season. Anybody who felt a sense of grievance, including friends of mine, started writing open letters, etc. Now, when they're getting to know the fact, I think some of them will be ashamed of what they've gone and done. And I'm just pointing to one small part of a letter written on 18th May. We say, if reports, I'm quoting these guys, if reports are to be believed, there is a superstition that the existing parliament is unlucky. Come on. These guys have sat in the visitors gallery like me when I was secretary or joint secretary. They know what the cramped space is. They know the parliament needs to be expanded for the delimitation exercise in 2026. It'll have 740. For them to say that this is being done due to a superstition, Either cerebral part or the thinking processes have gone completely haywire, or this is ill-conceived and malintent. I'm using very strong words, and I'm willing to back this up in a personal interaction with these people.
You have used very strong, you are saying malintent. You are suggesting that the letter drafted by bureaucrats, diplomats, including a former cabinet secretary, that all the concerns, dare I say, of various architects, crown planners who are criticizing the project, you seem to suggest it's all malintent. You seem to be suggesting that all these bureaucrats and everyone else is batting for the opposition when criticizing the Central Vista.
No, I'm not saying that. I am not saying. Well, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying that architects' objections have to be dealt with at one level. These 60 luminaries are civil servants. One of them is a former Secretary Environment. And what she has gone and signed on to, if she had done 1 or 2 days serious work as Secretary of Environment, she would not have signed that letter. It's like, telephone call, WhatsApp group. We've got this letter together. Let's ram the government. And everybody says, count me in. Arey, padto likha kya hua? What you signed on to? You signed on to a superstition causation for a new parliament. I find it hilarious.
Let's leave it there, Mr. Puri. You're using strong words. I appreciate your joining us. You've given the government's firm point of view, and that's why I wanted you here, because we want both sides, and you've given the government side. So thank you very much.